Hey guys, it's Vandiazzo back again from another Cardfight Vanguard deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do a Patreon. Let's get started. As you guys can see, our deck profile has Vermilion Gatekeeper, a Dark Irregular starting Vanguard, which means our deck is probably going to be Dark Irregulars. If you don't know what he does, he's the classic grade 1. When it's wrote upon, you get to draw one. Grade 0. So now on to our triggers. I run something differently here. Normally, people put draw PGs in this, but because first off, here are my crits. I have Werewolf, Gagdheim, Blitz Raider, and then Dark Knight of Nightmare Land. Now, to normal people's thing, you would run some 4 draws in this and then make the rest 8 crit. I run 12 crit because this deck has seemed to run out of cards really quickly, and adding the draw PGs doesn't matter considering this is a protect deck, and at the same time I don't want to deck myself out, so yeah, and also 4 copies of our Heal Cursed Doctor, who I just like the art of a lot. So now let's get on to our grade 1s. First off, 3 copies of our least important one yet. I kind of misplaced the order on accident, that's my fault, but technically it's the most important. Well, second most important. Alluring Succubus at 3 copies. So, act, Rearguard Circle, Counterblast 1, put it to soul, look at 7 cards from the top of your deck, reveal up to 2 grade 3s from among them, put 1 into your soul, and put 1 into your hand. Oh, swap that around and then shuffle the deck. It has 10k shield and 8k base. So that can be useful, you can search your grade 3s, do your stuff, and possibly get out of grade lock, and all it does is cost a Counterblast. Not to mention this deck, if you don't know, obviously focuses on getting soul, so you have the potential to shove stuff into your soul, fill up the soul, and then, get bonuses out of it. 4 copies of the card I kind of misplaced the order with Alluring Succubus. Pathfinder of Wind. So, 10k shield, 7k power. When your drive check reveals a trigger unit, you may put that card into your soul. If you do, soul charge 2. So there have been times where, I have good number of hand cards and I need the soul, so I'll put the trigger in the soul, which counts as 1 soul, and then I get to soul charge another 2. It helps stack soul, it helps kind of balance stuff out, especially in a defensive deck where it won't really matter that much if the trigger goes to hand, because you still get it off, or at least I think you do. If you don't get it off, someone tell me, so I can know. Finally, 4 copies of Prisoner Beast. 10k shield, 8k base. When it's placed, you get to soul charge 1. That's a Vanguard and Rearguard skill, so that could be useful, always getting that soul charge off. And then if you have 5 or more cards in your soul, it gets plus 2k during either player's turn. So it becomes a 10k base. So if you go first and you somehow get 5 cards into soul and then you call this thing to Rearguard, your opponent probably won't be able to get over it. Yeah, they shouldn't be able to get over it. If they can get over it, they're probably using some broken card that does not have shield at all. Or critical for that matter. Next up, grade 2s now. 3 copies of Gwyn the Ripper. So 5k shield, 9k power. When placed, Counterblast 1 soul charge 1. Then if your opponent's if you have 10 or more cards to your soul, Counterblast 1, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. I don't know why I've been treating this thing like you have to Counterblast 1 for soul charging, because now that I've read it, you can just place it, soul charge, and then Counterblast if you actually have the 10 soul. But that's useful because you get a guaranteed soul charge off when it's placed, and then you can Counterblast 1 and kill a rear guard if you have 10 or more cards in soul, which this deck can do very easily. So get a bonus off it, kill a rear guard. Next up, 4 copies of Flictorous Succubus. So 5k shield, 8k base, literally the weakest grade 2 in this deck, but it's here for a reason. Rearguard Circle, at the end of the battle that attack the Vanguard, put it into your soul, choose an opponent's rearguard, and retire it. That is important for our main grade 3, so it's staying here for a reason. And then act, in your soul, Counterblast 1 and discard 1, it comes back to your hand. So it can be useful because you can get it back into your hand and then keep retiring rearguards, or if the attack doesn't hit, as long as it's attacking the Vanguard, you can guaranteedly kill something. So they can't stop this ability from going off unless they can kill it themselves. Hint, hint, Denial Griffin exists. Next up, 4 copies of our last grade 2, and frankly our most important one in my opinion, Werewolf Seeker, or at least on Vanguard Circle is more important. 5k shield, 9k power. Vanguard or Rearguard Circle continuous ability. During your turn, if you have 5 or more cards in soul, gets plus 5k. So it would be better if it had it during your opponent's turn, because then it'd be Protect Do by itself, but whatever. It's okay, because it can still hit force numbers as long as you have 5 or more cards in soul, which like I said, it's easy to do. And then Auto, Vanguard Circle, when it attacks, soul charge 2. So it can easily hit those numbers, and yeah. My opening move is normally Ride Prisoner Beast or Call Prisoner Beast at grade 1. And then I have 3 cards in Soul once I ride in a Werewolf, and then I can get 5 cards easily. So, bonus of having a Soul Charge 2 card. Next up is 4 copies of, not 4 copies, these are grade 3s. At 3 copies, we have Master of 5th Element. He is our aggressive grade 3 in the thing that will either make or break the game if I ride into him. So, Imaginary Gift Protect, and if you don't know what that does, I'll explain that later. 12k base, which is normal for a Protect deck. Vanguard Circle. When it attacks, if your soul is 15 or more cards, effect, discard everything in your hand and everything in your soul, and if you do, stand all of your units. So you attack with your rear guards, you attack with the Vanguard skill, discard all your soul, discard your hand if it's 15 or more, restand everything, and then just attack again. So you can get 4 drive checks out of this, so that could be helpful, so you won't immediately die, but there's a high chance you will die. But at least you could rush your opponent down to death. I was playing a game against Wandering Mandala earlier. If he would have Miracle Healed, it definitely would have been game over for him, if I would have been able to ride into that thing next turn. Next up, 4 copies of our support grade 3, Ghoulish Despoiler. Imaginary Gift Protect, 12k base. Vanguard Circle when placed, Counterblast 1, and then Soul Charge 2. Return a grade 2, and then you can return up to 1 grade 2 or less from your soul into your hand. So effectively, get whatever you want. You get a Flitterus back for free. You could get a Werewolf Seeker. You could get a Gwen the Ripper if you wanted. And then it can just do anything. Or you don't have to. Or you can get anything else, really, as long as it's not grade 3. Vanguard Circle, when it attacks a Vanguard, if you have 10 or more cards in its soul, choose one of your opponent's rear guards, kill it, and this unit gets plus 10k. So it can hit for force numbers of 22 without a boost, and then you can just kill a rear guard. There's only one in the back row. Guess what? Kill it. Your opponent can't do anything about it. Finally, our last card in the deck, and the most important one, because it's our main grade 3. King of Mask, Dantarian. So, anyways, Vanguard, it has Imaginary Gift Protect, 12k base. He's our main grade 3, obviously. So, Continuous Circle. On Vanguard, if you recall a Guardian, you can call a grade 2 or greater from the soul. So, if your grade 3's had shield, good. And I think there is a grade 3 that has shield that I just decided not to put in this deck, because I wanted, Master of 5th Element more. And you could also call grade 2s from the Soul as Guardians, so that could be helpful. You down in the hand cards, you just need like 5k more. Guess what? As long as you have a grade 2 in Soul, call them. And it's not once per turn either. You can call as many as you want. And then Auto Vanguard Circle. When your opponent's rear guard is retired during your turn, you may Soul Charge 2. That is helpful, because that could get you out of a lot of situations, and can boost up your soul. And based on what the second ability, and based on what the last ability is, it's going to do this. Ability, Vanguard Circle, Auto. When a grade 2 or greater is put into your soul by an effect, the 3 of your rear guards get plus 5k to end the turn. And it can be by anything's effect. Like, say Gwen's effect activated, right? You Soul Charge, it was a grade 2, your opponent kills one if you have 10 or more cards in Soul. So then skill, a rear guard was killed, Soul Charge 2, and then, like, it doesn't matter what order you go them in, because they're all immediate activated. So then here's what would happen. Say all of them were grade 2s, right? So in that case, 3 of your rear guards get plus 15k. Very useful, very effective, and it can do so much. I literally made my field hit for when I was playing against Wandering earlier. I made my field hit for I made a Gwen the Ripper hit for freaking 39 earlier without triggers, and I made this thing hit for like 41 or some crap like that. Broken card as fuck. Don't ever mess with this thing. Amazing card. So, and then we have our gifts, obviously. 6 Imaginary Gifts Protect. I feel like that's a good, nice, round, even number we can use for gifts. So, yeah, and it also is the reason why I don't run drop PGs. So that was the deck. I know I kind of talked fast. I haven't done one of these in a while. I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the Patreon, and I'll see you all on the next one. And also, if you guys want, who do you want me to play this against first on the channel? Do you want it to be Spinning Blade or Wandering Mandala? Tell me in the comments below. And don't forget to stand up your Vanguard.